fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The scent of burning ozone clung to the alleyway like a lover's regret, heavy with the weight of forbidden encounters. I adjusted the strap of my gauntlet, the runes along its surface flickering faintly as the last embers of my fire magic sputtered out, a reminder of the risks we were taking. Across the rubble-strewn street she stood, Nyx, the Shadow Weaver, her silhouette carved from midnight in defiance, a living embodiment of the shadows that danced around her. Her obsidian cloak rippled as though alive, tendrils of darkness curling around her fingertips like smoke from a snuffed candle, beckoning me closer. We weren't supposed to be here together. The guild had a rule: no partnered heroes on high-stakes ops. Too much emotion, too many vulnerabilities. But the hellbeast tearing through the Iron District didn't care about rules. Its 6 eyes glowed like dying stars, and its serrated claws had already shredded 3 city blocks, leaving a trail of destruction and despair in its wake. I thought about the guild's warning about the dangers of emotional attachment in our line of work, but as I looked at Nyx, I knew I couldn't help the way I felt. "Keep up, Flameheart," Nyx purred, her voice velvet and venom, a sound that sent shivers down my spine. She didn't turn to look at me. "Or are you too busy admiring the view?" Cheeky bastard, I gritted my teeth, my gloves creaking as I clenched my fists, trying to focus on the task at hand. "Focus on the damn beast, Nyx. Your ego's not the threat here." She laughed, a low, husky sound that did unfair things to my pulse, and melted into the shadows just as the creature lunged, its massive body propelling itself forward with a speed that belied its size. It took hours to corner the beast, hours of sweat and toil, of dodging its claws and avoiding its deadly gaze. By the time we drove it into the derelict cathedral at the district's edge, my muscles screamed and my magic reserves were drained to coals. Nyx wasn't faring much better. A gash across her shoulder bled sluggishly, the black fabric of her suit clinging to the wound like a dark, wet shroud. We collapsed behind a crumbling pew, shoulders brushing, our bodies touching in a way that sent sparks through my veins. Her scent, bergamot and something darker like ink, flooded my senses, a heady mix of aromas that left me lightheaded. "You're bleeding," I muttered, tugging a healing salve from my belt, trying to sound detached despite the concern that threatened to overwhelm me. "All worried about me." Her smirk was all sharp edges, but her breath hitched when my fingers grazed her collarbone, a subtle movement that spoke volumes about her true feelings. "Don't flatter yourself." I dabbed the salve onto her wound, my touch lingering despite myself, feeling the smooth, cool skin beneath my fingertips. Her skin was like touching the surface of a moonlit pond, unnervingly smooth and calm, a stark contrast to the turmoil that raged within me. She went still, her body tense, as if waiting for something to happen. The air between us thickened, the silence louder than the distant snarls of the trapped beast, a palpable force that seemed to pulse with its own rhythm. Then her hand found mine, her fingers intertwining with mine in a gentle yet firm grasp. "Liora," she said, my name a revelation on her tongue, a sound that sent shivers down my spine. The cathedral trembled, the old stones creaking and groaning as if in protest. The beast roared, its voice like thunder in the distance, a reminder of the danger that still lurked outside. And I forgot how to breathe, forgot how to think, forgot everything except the feel of her hand in mine. We killed it together, my flames and her shadows twisting into a lethal dance, the heat of my magic meeting the chill of her darkness in a crescendo that left the cathedral in ruins. The sound of crashing stones and screaming wood filled the air, a cacophony of chaos that seemed to match the turmoil in my heart. Afterward, Nyx pressed me against the cracked altar, her lips a breath from mine, her eyes burning with a fierce intensity. "You're insufferable," she whispered, her voice a gentle breeze that sent shivers down my spine. "You're impossible," I shot back, my voice barely above a whisper, my heart pounding in my chest. We kissed like it was another battle to win, our lips clashing in a fierce, passionate embrace, our bodies straining against each other as if trying to become one. But the guild found us, of course they did. They always did. Now they're giving us an ultimatum: break the partnership or face expulsion. Nyx's smile is all teeth when she leans in, her voice a vow in the dark. "Let's burn it all down," she says, her eyes glinting with a fierce, rebellious spark. "Let's take the risk, let's defy the odds, let's see where this journey takes us." And I know in that moment that I'm ready to follow her, to follow my heart, no matter where it may lead. The darkness closes in around us, a living, breathing entity that seems to pulse with its own rhythm. The air is thick with tension, with anticipation, with the promise of something new, something exciting. And I know in that moment that I'm ready to take the leap, to see where this journey takes us, to follow my heart, no matter the cost.